Let's get going with day 8 of Proverbs and cheerleading, and how does the word of Proverbs relate into cheer? So Proverbs 8 was what we're going to talk about today. If you don't know me, I'm Laura Turner. I'm a physical therapist and strength coach, and I help cheerleaders improve performance and reduce injuries in cheerleading, and coaches and parents and all that. And I think this study of Proverbs, which I'm doing because of my mentor, Greg Todd, and relating it to cheerleading, I think that's important because there's a lot of life lessons in Proverbs. I said in the first video, I'm not here to tell you what to believe in as far as God and the universe, but I think the lessons that we learn in Proverbs relates in general just to the world and being a good human and how we can improve on that. And so whatever you believe is totally cool with me. I hope you find some tidbits to take away from any of this, and I'd love to know what your comments are and what your thoughts are, and how it relates to cheer down below. Let's dive into it. So Proverbs 8, go look it up, read it, reflect on it. What I took away from it is wisdom and understanding has been here from before the dawn of time. They were there as sidekicks next to God when God created the universe, and will be here till the end of time. And you get the most riches and the most rewards when we learn and we seek to understand. How does that relate to cheer? I think cheerleading is an ongoing learning experience. It's ever changing, it's ever growing, and when you are moving from one skill to the next, you have to learn. Your body has to learn. You have to absorb that information. As you're learning a new routine, you have to really put yourself into fully committing and learning to that, learning what is going on, and learning where your positions are, what the motions are, what the timing is. And the more you actually can set yourself back and focus on the learning of the learning process, the better it's going to be. If you're learning to get a new skill, if you want to, I had a great conversation yesterday with Chase Cavalieri, who's going to be on the podcast in 2 weeks, so keep your ears out for that. But we talked about, how important it is for us to continue to learn about human movement and how our bodies are meant to feel and move and act. And the more we can learn about what our body is supposed to be doing, the more that will carry over into our cheer skills. If we know where our body is in space and we know what it's supposed to feel like, and we can find different ways to help improve on our flexibility or improve on our strength, and knowing what that feels like, then we're learning as we go. So that in itself is creating wisdom in our own bodies. There are lots of ways to do that. I have a course called Centered, which you can learn a little bit about. There's a lot. I love FMS and the functional movement systems, and for learning to see what motions are supposed to feel like. Gary Ward, another one of my mentors, has a fantastic course called Finding Center, and Anatomy and Motion is a company, and goes through exactly like learning how to feel in your body. Those are my go-tos for how I teach. But there's a ton, and you can learn stuff online too. The key is start to learn what your body is feeling, and start to learn, is that a good sensation, is it a bad sensation? Focus more on the good, because the world wants us to find the good in in everything that we do. It doesn't like things that create harm or create bad things. That it wants us to find better ways to move, to be, to live. And the more we can do that and explore that in our body, a lot of it takes exploration. It's not just like, I got to get through this exercise because I got to get it done. But take a moment and feel what it feels like. As I sit outside here on my deck at home, I hear the wind, and feel the breeze on my face. Like, starting to be aware of your senses and embracing all of that when you're in cheer will make you a better cheerleader, because you're going to have body awareness. You're going to know what you're supposed to feel like when you're in a stunt or when you're tumbling. And it's going to carry over into everything. Coaches, parents, continue to learn. You got to learn yourself what something is supposed to feel like, what an exercise or movement is supposed to feel like. But you also got to be able to learn new ways of doing things. Continue the education, not just on something that Chase said, not just on skills, but in human movement. Like, know what something is supposed to feel like and learn more about human movement so you can carry that over into the skills. The more we take time to learn, the better everything is going to flow and be. And the more we take time to appreciate the beauty and the goodness and give that back into the world, the better everything will flow. So I'd love to know what your takeaways are from that. And if you agree or disagree, I'm fine if you disagree with me. Leave me a comment. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe so that you can catch the next 28 days, 22 days. I'm not sure how many. I think there's 31 books. I did not do a day 1 through 5 because it didn't call to me to start to do this until day 6. So you haven't missed those anywhere. I might do them at the end, but we started when we start because sometimes that's what needs to happen in life. Share this out, share the message, and mostly just keep learning and share your wisdom with someone as you move forward so that we all keep growing and learning. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening today, and I will see you next time.